What if I told you the most unguardable player in NBA history has actually been stopped on the court? It sounds impossible, right? Well, it's true, and the players who've done it are not who you'd expect. But how does someone stop a magician like Kyrie Irving? Who are these defenders that actually did it? And what happened to every Kyrie stopper after that moment of glory? Well, stick around till the end to find out. But before we dive into the stoppers, we need to understand the magnitude of Kyrie Irving's offensive brilliance. Kyrie is a 9-time NBA All-Star, a 3-time All-NBA selection, and an NBA champion with the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers. But more than the accolades, Kyrie is widely regarded as one of the greatest ball handlers in basketball history. His crossover dribbles and acrobatic finishes make even elite defenders look helpless. And in the 2016 NBA Finals, with the championship ring on the line, Kyrie famously hit a clutch three-pointer over Stephen Curry.
Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown!
A shot so big that the Wall Street Journal literally dubbed it the biggest shot in NBA history. The point is, stopping Kyrie Irving even for one play is a monumental task, and one that's almost impossible. Yet, on a handful of memorable occasions, a few defenders did the unthinkable. They stopped Kyrie. These moments have become legends. Some of them consist of a perfectly timed block at the rim, or a clever strip of the ball, or a defensive stand that left Kyrie shaking his head. Although each defender we're about to meet had their shining moment against Kyrie Irving's offensive genius. And it all starts with Giannis the Greek Freak Antetokounmpo. But for Giannis, he isn't a point guard like Kyrie. He's a 6'11" force of nature, a 2-time MVP, and a former Defensive Player of the Year with a 7'3" wingspan and explosive athleticism. Giannis guards the paint like a one-man SWAT team, and when Kyrie Irving fearlessly attacking the rim has met Giannis at the basket, Giannis has often prevailed in spectacular fashion. In fact, Giannis has blocked Kyrie multiple times over the years, turning his layup attempts into highlight reel rejections. And by one count, Giannis has had at least 9 blocks on Kyrie Irving in their matchups. Think about that. 9 different times Kyrie tried to pull off a crafty finish only to have Giannis swat the ball away. That's just insane. One of those jaw-dropping moments came when Kyrie was on the Boston Celtics. He drove in for a scoop layup and only for Giannis to track him down and erase the shot in midair. Usually with Kyrie's spin off the glass, it evades shot blockers, but Giannis' combination of height, timing, and agility was a perfect combination. These moments were huge momentum plays. Imagine Kyrie slicing through defenders, the crowd expecting another dazzling bucket, and then boom, Giannis meets him at the rim with a vicious block. Even Kyrie had to nod in respect a few times because it's not often someone gets the better of him at the rim. Those blocks helped fuel Giannis' reputation as a defensive game changer, and of course, Giannis' career soared. He led the Milwaukee Bucks to an NBA championship in 2021 and solidified himself as one of the best players on the planet. As of now, Giannis is very much at the peak of his career, but still going, and he's still with the Milwaukee Bucks and dominating both ends of the floor. At only 30 years old, Giannis remains a MVP candidate and a defensive nightmare, proving that even Kyrie's bag of tricks isn't always enough against a determined Greek freak. And someone who is also insane at chase down blocks is LeBron James. Kyrie's old teammate. It's actually pretty funny that he's on this list, but LeBron is known as the King and is celebrated not just for scoring, but for some of the most iconic defensive plays in NBA history. Hopefully, we all remember LeBron's legendary chase-down block in the 2016 Finals against Andre Iguodala. But in the year 2023, at age 38, LeBron showed that he still got those defensive instincts, and this time, Kyrie was on the receiving end. On February 26, 2023, Kyrie faced LeBron's Los Angeles Lakers. It was a tight game, and it was the third quarter, but when Kyrie saw a lane to the basket and took off with the ball in his hand, he thought he had a step for a layup, but he didn't see LeBron closing in behind him. In the flash of an eye, the 6'9" LeBron sprinted back and soared, ultimately pinning Kyrie's attempt on the glass in a signature chase-down block. The crowd erupted as James swatted away what looked like a sure 2 points, turning defense into instant offense for LA. This was an old friends, new rivals moment. Remember, Kyrie and LeBron won a title together in Cleveland, but here was LeBron, now the opponent, reminding everyone that he can stop anyone, even the shiftiest of point guards when it comes to protecting the rim. The video went viral, LeBron James chasing down ex-teammate Kyrie Irving and literally stopping him from scoring. As one report described, quote, Lakers player James is seen chasing from behind and then jumping to block the ball, which Mavericks player Kyrie Irving thought he had almost put in the basket. It was a textbook LeBron play and a rare sight to see Kyrie Irving get caught from behind. But as for where LeBron is now, we all know he's still in Los Angeles, he's still an all-star, and he's still making history as one of the greatest players to ever play. The Kyrie stop was in another addition to LeBron's endless highlight reel, and for Kyrie, getting blocked by James, you get it, was a humbling reminder that even a superstar ball handler can find a shot erased by a determined defender. It's honestly just another level of proving that defense wins games. And someone who's really known for his good defense is Jrue Holiday. One of the best defensive point guards there is in the league. He's a one-time NBA champion and a 5-time all-defensive team. Holiday is the kind of point guard who always wants to guard the opponent's best player. And when it comes to Kyrie Irving, Jrue Holiday has quietly been one of the most effective defenders against him, especially on the big stages. During the 2021 Eastern Conference semifinals, Jrue Holiday's Milwaukee Bucks faced Kyrie's Brooklyn Nets in a heavyweight playoff series. Kyrie started the series strong, but Jrue Holiday gradually put the clamps on him with physical, disciplined defense until an ankle injury knocked Kyrie out in Game 4. Though before that unfortunate injury, Holiday had already made his mark. In fact, an analysis of that series showed that Kyrie shot only 25% when Jrue Holiday was the primary defender on him through the first few games. Holiday's on-ball pressure and active hands made life difficult even for Kyrie Irving's wizardry. One social media stat rundown at the time noted that, quote, Kyrie Irving when guarded by Jrue Holiday so far is 2 for 8 field goal, putting the lock on him, end quote. Holiday's performance in that series was pivotal. The Bucks went on to win a classic 7-game series and eventually the NBA title, and Jrue's defense was a huge reason for it. Even Kevin Durant, Kyrie's teammate, praised Holiday's defensive tenacity in that run. Since then, what happened to Jrue, and where is he? His legend as a defender only grew. In 2023, after 6 stellar seasons in Milwaukee, Holiday was traded to the Boston Celtics. This move instantly boosted Boston's perimeter defense, and he remains as one of the league's elite point guard stoppers, now chasing another championship in Boston. But now he's on the Portland Trailblazers, which is pretty weird in my opinion. But off the court, Jrue is known as one of the nicest guys and a leader in social justice initiatives, a stark contrast to his on-court persona as a relentless stopper. Kyrie himself has acknowledged how tough Jrue's defense is, and it's pretty easy to see why. The Kyrie stopper label fits Holiday like a glove. He has both the resume and the receipts, including that 2021 playoff lockdown to prove it. At this point, Jrue Holiday is still very much at the top of his game. If Kyrie and Jrue face off again, you can bet Holiday will be eager for the challenge. He famously joked before guarding star guards that the key is to say a prayer because of how good they are. But let's be real, when Jrue Holiday's on defense, he's the one delivering nightmares to scorers. And Uncle Jrue, not Jrue Holiday but Kyrie, learned that firsthand. But we all probably know about this famous defender and annoying NBA player if I'm being honest. Not all Kyrie stoppers are all-stars or MVPs, but Patrick Beverley, the hard-nosed, trash-talking point guard known for his insane defense and never back-down attitude, he's the guy you call to guard Kyrie. Beverley has made a career for himself out of annoying the NBA's elite guards, people like Curry, Westbrook, Lillard, Chris Paul, and yes, at times, Kyrie Irving. But where Beverley lacks in size or offensive talent, he makes up for with sheer effort and mind games. He's the guy who will pick you up full court, clap in your face, and dive for every loose ball. But when Kyrie was with the Brooklyn Nets in 2023, he crossed paths with Pat Bev, who was then a Los Angeles Laker. In a January 2023 matchup in Brooklyn, with stars like LeBron and Durant sitting out, the stage was set for Kyrie to put on a show. Beverley took that personally. On one play, Kyrie was dribbling near the Lakers bench, trying to size up Beverley with his trademark crossovers. Beverley, one of the league's peskiest defenders, tried to mirror Kyrie move for move. Imagine Bev in his low stance, arms out, sliding his feet like crazy as Kyrie crosses over. Beverley basically glued himself to Kyrie until the refs finally whistled a foul when Bev reached in too aggressively. It was a small small moment, but it encapsulated Beverley's approach. He was determined not to be another Kyrie highlight. Beverley has had some success against Kyrie too. In other meetings, he's poked the ball away from behind or forced Kyrie into tough shots at the end of the shot clock. That Bev's constant chirping and physical play can throw anyone off rhythm, at least temporarily. But while Kyrie has certainly gotten the better of Beverley at times, Beverley's fearless attitude stands out. He wants the assignment of guarding Kyrie. After one close contest, Beverley reportedly reminded Kyrie of the score and their personal duel, and they're always keeping score with each other. So where is Patrick Beverley now? His journey post-Lakers has been eventful. He was traded and finished the 2022-23 season with his hometown Chicago Bulls, continuing to bark and bite on defense. In 2023, Beverley signed with the Philadelphia 76ers, but by mid-season found himself on the move again, landing briefly with the Milwaukee Bucks, and after that stint, the 35-year-old Beverley took an unconventional turn. He went overseas and signed with Hapoel Tel Aviv in Israel for the 2024-25 season. However, true to Bev's chaotic style, it didn't last long. Reports in early 2025 indicated that Hapoel Tel Aviv suspended Beverley, and the two parted ways due to some controversy. Beverley has since expressed his desire to return to the NBA, even hinting at possibly joining a contender as a veteran presence. And someone who you might not think should be on this list, but he definitely is Klay Thompson. Klay is famously known as an elite shooter, but he's also long been an underrated defender, often tasked with guarding the opponent's best perimeter player. In the mid-2010s, at the height of the Warriors vs Cavaliers rivalry, that meant checking Kyrie Irving for long stretches. Thompson's combination of size and discipline made him a solid matchup for Kyrie, and he embraced the challenge of trying to contain Cleveland's dazzling point guard. In the 2016 and 2017 NBA Finals, Klay and Kyrie went head-to-head countless times. Thompson used his length to contest Kyrie's jumpers and slid his feet well to stay in front on drives. While Kyrie still put up big numbers in those series, Klay made him work extremely hard for each bucket. In fact, during the 2017 Finals, despite Kyrie averaging over 29 points per game, observers noted that Klay's defense was outstanding. He often forced Irving into tough shots late in the shot clock. It was a classic case of great offense beating great defense. But Thompson's effort didn't go unnoticed. The Cavaliers knew they had to scheme to get Kyrie away from Klay at critical moments. One of those critical moments was Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals. The final minute, the Cavs deliberately ran a pick and roll to switch Stephen Curry onto Kyrie and get Klay Thompson off of him. That speaks volumes. Cleveland trusted Kyrie against Curry, but respected Klay's defense enough to avoid him with the game on the line. The result was insane, because Kyrie ended up hitting the championship-winning 3 over Curry. Later, Klay Thompson admitted that switching off Kyrie in that moment haunts him. Truly a testament to how badly he wanted to be the one to stop Kyrie when it mattered most. But there's also a regular season highlight that Warriors fans remember. On Christmas Day 2016, Kyrie hit a turnaround game winner over Klay in Cleveland. But if there's someone who's had a pretty tough NBA career, his name is Ja Morant. Ja Morant is a high-flying point guard of the Memphis Grizzlies, and he's known for his jaw-dropping dunks and fearless play. But early in his career, he notched a signature defensive highlight at Kyrie Irving's expense, and it left even Ja himself a bit starstruck. Picture this: October 2019, Ja Morant is a 20-year-old rookie, just a few games into his NBA journey. He's up against Kyrie Irving, who was then with the Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie was scorching hot, having dropped 50 points in his Nets debut a couple nights prior. The game in Memphis comes down to the wire. In the final seconds of regulation, Morant drives and scores to tie the game, but Kyrie, ever the closer, had a chance to win it for Brooklyn on the very next play. He got the ball with the clock ticking down and went to one of his go-to moves, a step-back jumper for the win. The crowd held its breath. In a split-second flash, Ja Morant leaped and blocked Kyrie's potential game-winning shot from behind. The rookie anticipated Kyrie Irving's move, recovered, and spiked the shot off the glass, sending the game to overtime. The arena exploded and Ja Morant went insane. As ESPN described it, Morant tied things up with a drive in the final seconds of regulation and then blocked Kyrie Irving's potential game-winning jumper to force overtime. Even Kyrie had to give the young fella credit for that play. So what's happened with Ja Morant since that 2019 showdown? Ja quickly became one of the NBA's brightest young superstars. He won Rookie of the Year in 2020, became an All-Star by year 3, and led the Grizzlies to playoff contention. His playing style is an exhilarating blend of speed, vertical leap, and flair. This drew comparisons to a young Derrick Rose or Allen Iverson. By 2022, he even had Memphis as the second second best record in the league, and he was dunking over giants and making the All-NBA team. However, Morant's journey hit some turbulence more recently. In 2023, off-court issues led to league suspensions that have somewhat paused his rise. The NBA handed Ja a 25-game suspension at the start of the 2023-24 season, and he's been working to address those issues off the court. As of 2025, Ja Morant is eyeing a comeback and hoping to re-establish himself as the Grizzlies' franchise player once his suspensions are behind him. He's still only 26 years old, with potentially his prime ahead of him. The talent is undeniable, and if he can stay focused, those early flashes will be just the tip of the iceberg. And if you guys stayed this far in the video, it means you really liked it, so you should definitely drop a like and subscribe. I mean, how many times can I ask? I ask in literally every video. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and YouTube thinks you're gonna like the video that's gonna pop up, so click on it. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye, and make sure to like and subscribe.